Supercar, with beauty and grace, fast as can be, watch it flying through the air. It travels in space or under the sea, and it can journey anywhere. Supercar, Supercar. It travels on land or roams the skies, through the heavens' mighty range. It's Mercury band and everyone cries, it's the marvel of the age. Supercar, Supercar, Supercar!
On the bed of the Atlantic Ocean lies a multi-core telephone cable. Its length, believe it or not, is 3,400 nautical miles. Day and night, there are thousands of telephone conversations passing through it, back and forth from America to Great Britain. If anyone were to tap this cable, much vital information could be obtained.
Sure, Mr. Shackleton, that's just fine. $200,000.
That is the lowest figure we can quote.
All right, Mr. Shackleton. Provided nobody makes us a better offer, the contract's yours.
Fine. I'll send you the necessary papers right away.
Well, what do they say, friend Zarin?
One moment, Master Spy.
Hurry, friend Zarin. I can't wait to satisfy our first customer.
They say that they have intercepted the transatlantic telephone cable successfully. That the figure we require is $200,000.
Frida.
Jawohl, Master Spy.
Phone Mr. Simmons. Tell him that the English company is proposing to charge $200,000. Obviously, if he can do the job for less, he will get the contract.
Jawohl, Master Spy.
Oh, and Frida, send him a bill for $2,000 for the information.
It's going to work, Master Spy. Think of all the money we're going to make.
Yes, friend Zarin, we have devised a brilliant means of tapping the transatlantic telephone cable. We sell the information that we get, and we can never, ever be caught.
Supercar to base, are you receiving me? Over.
Receiving you loud and clear, Mike. Over.
Roger, Professor. Approaching New York. We'll be arriving at the Telecable Corporation in approximately 2 minutes.
Roger, Mike. An odd situation, don't you think, Professor? I can't imagine what the Telecable Corporation would want to see Mike about.
Supercar to base. I am now directly over the Telecable Corporation. I'm going to land on their roof. We'll call you later.
Oh, hi there. I thought I'd come up and meet you. The name's Bell.
Oh, hi there, Mr. Bell.
What is Supercar doing in New York, Master Spy?
If you will have the patience to wait a few moments, I might be able to tell you. Just as I thought. They've called in Mike Mercury in the hope that he'll be able to unravel the mysterious interceptions of transatlantic telephone calls.
I'm frightened, Master Spy. Perhaps he will find out how we are doing this.
You blithering idiot. You sniveling worm. You half-baked sawn-off dwarf. You are nothing but a cheap imitation of a man. Do you suppose that Mike Mercury will be able to unravel such a brilliant scheme conceived by Master Spy himself?
Yes, Master Spy.
What?
I mean, no, Master Spy.
Somebody's tampering with this telephone cable, and you want us to find out who it is, right?
Right. But I don't think you're going to find it easy.
Nothing we've ever done in Supercar, Mr. Bell, is easy. But we'll try our best.
Mike Mercury is leaving, friend Zarin. You had better get on the radio and warn our accomplices to watch out for Supercar.
Good luck, Mike.
Thanks. Sounds like I'm gonna need it.
There goes a nice guy.
Supercar to base. Supercar to base. Over.
Receiving you loud and clear.
I'm returning to base. We'll be with you in about 15 minutes. We have an important mission ahead of us.
Roger, Mike.
Right. Black Rock, here I come. Full boost, horizontal. Right. I'll give you a rundown on the situation. A telephone cable connects America with Great Britain. It runs under the Atlantic Ocean on the seabed, starting here, and crosses the ocean until it connects up with Great Britain, here. Thousands of telephone conversations pass along this cable each day. Some of them are vitally important to businessmen. Others are important to the security of the United States. Someone is intercepting this cable somehow and selling the information obtained.
But how, Mike?
This we don't know, but the telephone company has asked us to investigate, and this is just what we're going to do.
It seems to me, Mike, that the only way anyone could intercept that cable would be by the use of divers.
Yeah, I agree, Professor. And if they were using divers, there would have to be a ship on the surface to provide them with air and supplies.
Right, Doc.
Then if we fly over the Atlantic in Supercar and follow the course of the cable, we should be able to find the ship that's causing all the trouble.
Right, Jimmy. So let's make preparations for a transatlantic flight.
Well, what do they say?
They say they are ready for Supercar and that there is nothing to worry about.
Good, friend Zarin. I have a feeling that even friend Mercury will be scared of ghosts.
Emergency. Charging both. 5,000, 7,000, 9,000, 11,000, 13,000, 14,000, 15,000. Interlock on.
Roger, Mike. Interlock on both engines.
Fire both.
Opening roof doors.
Hold tight, folks. Here we go.
Roof doors open.
Full boost vertical.
Mike, call me when you are crossing out into the Atlantic. Then I will be in constant touch with you as you fly over the sea where the cable is laid.
Roger, Professor. Will do.
Base to Supercar. Base to Supercar. You should be over the sea by now, Mike.
You're dead right, Professor. We're just crossing the coast now. Okay, Doc. And you too, Jimmy. Keep your eyes peeled. If you see any ships, let me know.
Right, Mike.
Okay, Mike.
Base to Supercar. Base to Supercar. Are you receiving me? Over.
Receiving you loud and clear, Professor.
Have you seen anything yet, Mike?
No, Professor. Haven't seen a thing. Anything, Jimmy?
No, Mike. Not a thing. There's just nothing. Nothing but sea all around us.
No, Professor. No luck yet.
Mike, you are flying at the moment over part of the Atlantic which is particularly shallow. If any divers have been at work on the cable, this is the place that they would choose. Why don't you go under, Mike, and have a look around?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, Professor. We'll do just that. Hold tight, folks. Here we go. Well, the professor was right. The water isn't very deep here, although deep enough. Doc, Jimmy, keep your eyes open for that cable. It can't be far away.
Right, Mike.
Okay, Mike. Mitch, you look too. Nothing yet.
Keep looking.
There it is.
Good boy, Jimmy. Here we go. Right. Now all we have to do is follow the cable and see if any part of it has been tampered with.
Okay, Mike. Hold it. Look over there.
Throttling back.
Where, Jimmy? Where?
Over there, Dr. Beaker.
Oh, yes. Very sad. Very sad. It looks like part of a merchant vessel that was sunk during the last war.
Yeah, there must be dozens of wrecks like that around here. Oh, well. Let's continue the search.
But Dr. Beaker, Mike, you don't understand. I saw a light in one of the cabins.
A light? In one of the cabins?
Oh, no, you must have seen a reflection, Jimmy, surely.
I tell you, I saw a light in one of the cabins. Then after a moment, it was switched off.
Now listen, Jimmy, you're a big boy now. You know there aren't any such things as ghosts. I think maybe we've done enough searching for today. Returning to base.
But Mike...
And now, you heard what the skipper said, Jimmy. We're returning to base. So let's hear no more of it.
Full boost horizontal. Supercar to base. Supercar to base. No luck, Professor. Returning to Black Rock.
Roger, Mike. I will prepare something for you all to eat.
You fool, Johnson. It took months of secret work diving down to this wreck from that ocean-going tug in order that we should prepare this room down here.
Well, we succeeded, didn't we? We made it watertight, repaired the airlocks, got all the supplies and oxygen we need. We can work down here weeks undetected.
Exactly. We could work here weeks undetected. But despite our echo-sounding equipment, you were unable to detect Supercar until it was right on top of us. I'm sure they saw the light in the cabin window.
I don't think so. They wouldn't have left if they'd have seen our light.
Well, I just hope you're right, that's all. Now, what does this latest message from Master Spy say? There's gonna be a telephone call made in about an hour's time from a laboratory in Philadelphia about a new drug they're working on. Master Spy wants all the information he can get.
Then we'd better go.
You'd better go on your own, Johnson. I want to stay here and listen to the echo-sounding equipment, just in case Supercar returns.
Suit yourself. I'm not scared.
Send the radio boy up. I'll be sending a message to Master Spy while you're getting a diver's suit on. Message understood. Will intercept telephone call as requested.
Will report back to you in approximately 1.5 hours.
Good, friend Zarin. All is going according to plan. Now make sure you flood the compartment right to the top before you open the outside door, Johnson.
Don't worry, Foreman. I've done this too many times to make a mistake.
As I was saying, so far we've found nothing.
Other than the shipwreck, of course.
But I tell you, Mike, I saw a light coming from one of the cabins.
A light? What, coming from the cabin of a shipwreck? Surely, Jimmy, you didn't really believe that you saw that, did you?
Professor, I've never told a lie in my life. I definitely saw a light coming from one of the cabins.
We feel that perhaps you imagined it, Jimmy, and that the light you saw was the reflection of Supercar's searchlight.
Mitch saw the light. Mitch, you saw the light, didn't you? Tell him you saw the light, Mitch. There you are. He did see it. See, he's trying to tell you.
Well, I must confess I'm beginning to think there might be something in it after all. Now, gentlemen, if we are right and find that this shipwreck is in fact the base for the frogmen that are tapping the cable, we must devise a means of getting them out so that we may capture them.
What do you suggest, Doc?
I have a scheme that will require making a new attachment for Supercar. And as it is getting late, I would suggest that you all get some sleep, and by morning I will have the attachment ready.
Gee, I'll stay up and help you, Dr. Beaker.
No, Jimmy, it's way past your bedtime. I think it better if we all go to bed and leave Dr. Beaker to work on his own. Then in the morning, Mike and I can go in Supercar, you can look after the console, and Dr. Beaker can have his sleep.
Right, gentlemen. Then that is settled.
I can never get any sleep when Beaker's working at night.
Charging both. 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 14, 15,000. Interlock on.
Interlock on.
Roger, Jimmy. Fire both.
Okay, Mitch. Open roof doors.
Well, I sure hope that Beaker's gimmick works, Mike.
Yeah, so do I. Must confess it was a good idea. Full boost vertical.
Hey, I can hear aircraft engines approaching.
Bring the radio boy down straight away and change over to the underwater detection system. I've got an idea Mr. Smarty Mercury is paying us another visit.
Position 2X, cross-reference FR68. Professor, this is it. Here we go.
I can hear engines. I can hear engines approaching. It must be Supercar.
Quick, put out the lights.
There she is, Professor.
No light coming from any of the cabins, though, Mike.
Well, like I told you, Jimmy imagined it.
I can hear their engine ticking over. So they must be quite close.
Let's just keep dead still and dead quiet until they've gone.
Well, have you seen enough? I think we're wasting our time.
Mike, I have an idea. If there's anyone in there, they might be using underwater sound detection apparatus.
Okay, let's take Supercar up, cut her engines, and then glide down again.
Yes, Mike, let's do just that. The result may be rewarding.
Full boost horizontal.
Okay, Foreman. They've gone. Guess they decided there's no one in here after all.
We'll give them another few moments and then put the lights on again.
Nothing.
Let's just wait a few moments, Mike. Mike, look!
Yeah. So Jimmy was right. I'd never have believed it.
All right, Mike. We have obviously found the people who are tapping the transatlantic telephone cable.
That's right, Professor. Now all we have to do is get them out of there. And thanks to Beaker, that's going to be dead easy. Emergency charge.
Well, that was a close one.
Yeah, but I don't think they'll be back again. That's twice they've come and had a look at us. I guess now they're satisfied. I don't think we'll see Supercar here again. What was that?
It's Supercar.
Okay, Professor. Got the engines just ticking over, and it's pushing us into the side of the wreck. Switch on the drill.
Right, Mike? What are they doing? What are they doing?
Sounds like they're drilling a hole straight through the side of the cabin.
Okay, Professor. She's through. Now all we've got to do is back away.
They've holed the cabin. We're going to be flooded out.
What are we gonna do?
There's only one thing we can do. We've got to get out, quick!
Okay, Professor. The cabin must be filling up with water pretty fast. All we got to do now is sit and wait.
That's it, Mike. And whoever is in there will be leaving the cabin very shortly.
There they go, Professor. I guess Jimmy was right.
Yes, Mike. And the transatlantic telephone cable will never be tapped again.
Well, by the time Supercar surfaces, I guess those guys will be glad to hitch a ride. Full boost horizontal.
Well, I'm delighted to hear that my little gadget worked so successfully. And I must give you due credit, Jimmy. You were right about the light in the cabin.
Yes, Jimmy. We must never disbelieve you again.
Gee, that's okay. I guess I know now how George Washington felt.
Oh, hello? Is that the Mastermind Information Service?
At your service?
On the contrary, Master Spy, we are at your service.
But I don't understand you.
You will. I have some information for you.
You have? How very interesting.
You bet it's interesting.
I thought you'd like to know that the police are on their way to your penthouse.
To arrest you and Zarin for tapping the transatlantic telephone cable. Goodbye.
Master Spy, what have you done?
What do you mean? What have I done? It was your idea to tap this telephone cable, wasn't it?
No, Master Spy. It was your idea.
Your idea?
No, Master Spy. Your idea.
Your idea?
No, your idea.
Oh, your idea?
No, your idea.
Supercar, with beauty and grace, fast as can be, watch it flying through the air. It travels in space or under the sea, and it can journey anywhere. Supercar, it travels on land or roams the skies, through the heavens' mighty range. It's Mercury man and everyone on prize. It's the marvel of the age. Supercar